Let's talk about how to lower your AC runtime. I got the Ecobee because it has specific features that can optimize runtime. I had the Nest, like the original. I couldn't use temperature sensors, so it was not good. So the Ecobee is what I'm going to be sharing some tips with right now. Once you have your runtime, you can track it. You can create a spreadsheet. You can do whatever you want. Make sure to also note that the temperature outside and the runtime does have a correlation. So if it's really hot outside, your AC is going to be running a lot more. If it's not so hot or it's like cloudy, your AC is going to have a shorter runtime. Go to your settings, then go to settings, then go to installation settings, thresholds. And then you're not going to see these settings if your configure staging is set to auto. So make sure to set it to manual. And then once it's in manual, you can set heat differential and you can set cool differential. For me, I have it set to 1 degree, and that's really helped with total runtime. The other thing is runtime doesn't always mean power consumption. So if you have like a much newer AC model, if it runs all the time, it might actually be running really efficient. For me, my AC is like 30, 40 years old. So runtime does mean like more electricity because there is no power. It's on or it's off. You can also set the cool dissipation time. So that's like the fan kicks on for 90 seconds after the actual condenser stops. That'll help clear out all the cold air in your ducts and might help like give you a little bit more cold air without having to run your actual condenser more often. Figure out for your house what temperature is good for you. For me, believe it or not, it's 75. Somehow 74, 75 feels super comfortable. I think it's because we have a ton of airflow, but for you, that could be 68. It could be something else. So figure out what makes sense for you in your house. Next, you want temperature sensors and comfort settings. Next, when you go into the app, make sure when you are editing your comfort settings that you're using the temperature sensor for that specific comfort setting. So for me at night at like 6:30, I set the temperature down to 75. And then at midnight, I actually set it to 74. And then I'm specifically setting the upstairs temperature sensor for those comfort settings so that it's not cooling the downstairs when it really doesn't need to be. You can also manually monitor it. So if the basement, you can also get a temperature sensor in the basement. If your basement is colder, you could run your fan to circulate all the cold air up and down so your house really like equalizes in temperature. Keep in mind that you could be recirculating humidity when you're doing that, so don't do it too much. You really need the AC to take the humidity out of the air. And speaking of humidity, the Ecobee does have a humidity setting. So if you wanted to use their Eco Plus mode, I think is what it's called, it'll kind of use the base of the humidity to temperature ratio. So if your humidity is much lower, like in the 40s or even 30s, but your temperature is higher, the real feel inside of your house is going to feel much colder. The last thing, so if you're looking for tips on how to buy a smart thermostat for cheaper, look at your energy company. Usually they have a marketplace, and within the marketplace, you usually get rebates for buying smart thermostats. All right, see ya.